Hello, Middleton, and thank you for tuning in to this episode of Planck's Principles podcast. I come at you today with two different topics. On a fun and celebratory note, it is Human Rights Week this week at MHS. Big shout out to social studies teacher Tim Davis and his amazing organizing committee of 9 students who have put together a fabulous program for us this week. We have something like 25 different presenters who are talking about human rights from a variety of different perspectives, variety of different topics and angles, and certainly hope that your student is able to participate in at least one, if not more, of the Human Rights Week's presentations throughout the course of this week. The second topic, on a little bit more of a serious note, is that of e-cigarettes. We've seen an increase in e-cigarette use or in vaping in the last few months here at MHS, as have most all schools. Reason for the increase, of course, is because the e-cigarette market has changed dramatically, as have vaping devices. They've become much smaller, much more easy to conceal, and many of them, frankly, have no odor, and some don't even have smoke. So we've seen this increase and wanted to, as a result, take this opportunity to share a little bit of this knowledge with you. So the first example, talking about sleek and not easy to detect, is this. I hold here in one hand a vaping device and in another hand just a typical pen. But as you can see, looking at them side by side, it's hard to distinguish which is which. So this device called Blue Cigs is a couple of years old now, and these have been around, for a bit. However, we've also seen the proliferation of this brand called Juul. And Juul, J-U-U-L, is kind of the hottest new thing. These are in the neighborhood of $60. These came out in 2015, and these are very, very popular. And part of the reason that they're so popular is because of their small size, as you can see. Fits in the palm of my hand, no problem. But it's battery operated. And this piece fits into a standard USB on a computer, so it looks like a charging device. When you look at the whole thing, it looks like a storage device like a thumb drive or a jump drive that are very, very popular around educational environments or office spaces. So Juul has done something here that is very, very marketable, especially to teenagers. These are, like a cigarette would be, prohibited on campus. But as you can imagine, because of their size and their convenience and the ability to conceal it, we see these in hallways or bathrooms and frankly, even classrooms. And so parents, please check this out. Look up Juul, do a little homework, understand what these are about, and have the conversation at home. What makes this even worse is that Juul is, not only does the device itself intriguing, but so are some of the products that are associated with it. This box is what the pods come in. And this looks like a box of gum. And if you can see this here clearly, the flavor is fruit medley, and it says 5%. It doesn't talk about nicotine, just 5% strength. But when you open it up, you can see it kind of looks like a pack of gum. And each one of these pods at 5% contains the nicotine of an entire pack of cigarettes. So some pretty amazing marketing. That pod just goes right into the end here, and then this goes back in. So again, as you can see, kind of a new era of tobacco. And what's really amazing is I was showing you fruit medley, but it also comes in flavors like grape and cherry and watermelon and bubblegum and creme brulee. And so all of these flavors are very attractive to students, as is the packaging. In 2009, the federal government instituted regulatory reform on the tobacco industry and said, you cannot use flavor in tobacco anymore. It's been banned. However, since these aren't a tobacco-based product, these are exempt from the regulation. So this is an unregulated product. And one of the concerns we have is what's actually in these is oftentimes unknown to the user. So since they're technically not cigarettes or tobacco, not regulated, the state of Wisconsin very recently put out and launched a new campaign called Tobacco is Changing. Please, please, please go to tobaccoischanging.com and watch the 2.5-minute video that has been put up there to be informative to you as parents. Perhaps the best thing that you could do is learn and understand this new trend. Go to Juul's website, go to the websites of other e-cigs, and read and understand what the challenges are associated with these devices so that you too can have that discussion at home. Again, thank you for tuning in. I encourage you to enjoy what you can of Human Rights Week, either through your child or potentially through your ability to attend a session. And again, thank you for partnering with us to help our teenage population understand some of the harm and threat of what has become the new version of tobacco. Until next time, thank you again. Please share this episode with others and stay tuned until next time. Be well.